Hi guys, it's me. Coming back for another installment of 31 Days of Tarot. It's been a couple days, so I'm going to do 6, 7, 8, and 9 today to be all caught up, and then tomorrow I'm going to do 2 more, I believe, and then we'll go from there. So first of all, I hope everyone's good, having a good week. I'm actually really tired this week. You know, you have those weeks that you're just like, huh. But I'm doing good. And I sold my big altar kit on Etsy, so yay, now I can kind of send Jen her kit out very soon, although I'm still waiting for one thing to come in. It's coming from China, so. But anyways, okay, so 6th day of 31 Days of Tarot is the deck you finally crossed off your wish list in 2017. So this was kind of hard for me because I've only been collecting tarot decks and doing tarot seriously for the past year or so. A couple years, but really more intensely the past year. But one deck kind of, I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. It was one of these decks that said it was supposed to come out, I think in February originally, and then it was March, and then it was April, and then, I mean, it took forever for this deck to come out. And it is the Ostara Tarot. So I literally, I can't remember when I pre-ordered it, like, I don't know, maybe December, January maybe of last year, and it was supposed to come out before Ostara, and it did not. It did not come out. Gosh, I can't even remember now. Maybe July, August. It was really late in coming out, and of course Amazon had no information, and trying to get information was crazy. So that's the deck that I'm going to say I finally crossed off my wish list. And I do like this deck, and I want to really pull it out and start working with it, hopefully now more, because the more I look at it, the more I like it. Here's the backs. Really like this deck. I think because it took so long to come out, I kind of had some bad feelings about it for a while. And so it was hard for me to work with at first, because every time I pulled it out, I was like, God, I waited forever for this deck. And, you know, so it kind of was associated with bad feelings. It's not the deck's fault, though. And I think after this amount of time has gone by, when I pull it out again, I'm like, oh, look I really like that card. And I love the colors in this deck. And the one thing that I said, I know at the unboxing that I said that I still kind of feel is that it doesn't feel altogether coherent to me because there's separate artists in the deck. But I can see it has the same stylings, and I think, I don't know, the more I work with it and the more I pull it out, the more I feel like, yeah, it's okay. I'm okay with it not being a totally cohesive unit. It's good in its own right, and each suit is good, and I'm good. I'm good with that. So, I'm glad that I got it, and I should be working with it more. Day 7 was most worked with deck in 2017, and why? Again, this was a tough one because there was 2 that I worked with probably about the same amount of time. When I look back and think how long I was obsessed with each of these 2 decks. Pagan Otherworlds. Just oh, gosh, I just, look at that strength card. I just fell in love with these images and really connected and really felt it easier to read with. And it's funny, I keep telling myself I'm not good with pip decks. And this is almost a pip deck. Not so much, because if you look at the background, it gives you clues. But it's not like a fully illustrated deck either. So I have decided recently that perhaps this kind of deck is, oh, look at that Fool card. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Is a little less distracting to me. Because of my ADD or other stuff, maybe because it's not quite so busy, it's easier for me to work with it. So now I'm starting to look at all the decks that I thought, oh, that's a pip deck. I don't want to go anywhere near that. If it has some information on that card, it may be that's what I'm supposed to be working with, or that's what I like the most. The other one is the Samhain deck of the Bastards, which I just could use this deck forever and ever. And I know it's, see the skull and stuff, so it really is geared towards Samhain time. But being the darker half of the year, I still have been pulling this out every once in a while. It's especially hard when I know I'm reading for other people, because this deck, for some reason, is just so easy for me to read for other people. I pull it and I'm like, oh, yep, this is exactly what it means. And maybe I may not have the, true, yeah, I can't speak, sorry guys, true Rider-Waite meaning correctly all the time. But intuitively, I know what these cards mean when I'm reading for people. So it just makes it one of my faves. Love this deck. So that is the two that I worked with the most this year. Or actually last year now. Whatever. Day 8 is the top 5 decks on your wish list now. So I was kind of going through, like, I really want the Fairy Tale deck by Lisa Hunt, and I really want the Baba Studios Alice deck, but realistically, that's probably never going to happen. So instead, I went with the 5 decks on my list that I probably will end up getting this year. So the first is a deck, I tried to print out some stuff, called Woman Runes. And this deck, I actually found this deck on Etsy, and I keep putting it in my basket, and then I don't get it. And I'm not sure if it just hasn't been the time or what. But it is like a rune set for sacred feminine work. And the more I look at this deck, the more I need to have this deck in my life. So I think that's a deck that I probably will be getting this year. The Animist Tarot is another Etsy deck, and these are so much better in color, but because I can't bring my computer up and show color pictures and stuff. But this is also on Etsy, the Animist Tarot, and it just, I love the animals in it. I love the artwork. Look at that moon card. It has a happy squirrel card. I love that. So I hope this year to be getting that. That's 2. I left the Fairy Tale Tarot by Lisa Hunt on there because I think I'm just going to get the Spanish version and then cheat and put a little sticker or something on it if I can't figure out which card it is. I really, really love the imagery in that deck is really great. And I'm really upset that I can't have it. But I cannot pay that much for a deck. So, the Anima Monday Tarot is high on my wish list. That will be coming to me within the next few months. Because I am putting that out in the universe. That's going to happen. And this last one, to be honest with you, I don't know if I'm going to have it or not. I don't know if this is in the cards for the universe for me. But it is the Bone Stone and Earth Flesh Tarot by Avalon. I really do want this deck. I just don't know financially if I'm going to be able to do it before it's sold out or all the pre-orders are gone. And I'm fairly certain that once that happens this time, that's it. And I just, financially has not happened yet that the universe has pointed me in that direction and said, that's what you're supposed to do. So, we'll see. I don't know. But those are my 5, I think. 1, 2, yeah, my 5. And then lastly, tarot goals for 2018 is today's prompt. Which my tarot goals for 2018 is I want to at least get through the wands, but I want to continue. I would like to get through, if I'm doing one a week, and you figure that's 13, right? 10, 11, 12, yep, 13. So 2 suits would be 26. That's 26 weeks. So I want to get through at least 2 suits of my study. And we're doing the tarot wands, the suit of wands to start out with. And then the swords I'm probably going to save for last because it's, air. So that is my best suit. So I either will try to do cups or pentacles. Probably cups, because actually pentacles is, I think, my second best. So I'm going to do probably cups after the wands. At first I was saying I want to get through the whole thing this year. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. It maybe when I get to stuff that I know better, I can do more than one a week. We'll see. But I'm telling myself that I'm going to at least get through the study of wands and cups. So that is the goal, is to get through that. I want to be able to read better for people that I don't know. So I do sometimes read for people that I don't know, and I fake it pretty damn well. But I want to feel confident in reading for people that I don't know. So that is my tarot goals for 2018. Another tarot goal is to not mortgage my house buying new tarot decks. So I have slowed way down. I was doing really not so great last year, and I have slowed way down. I still, on payday, probably get either a deck or a book or something still. But that is, I was getting like 4 decks, and not good. So, I love you guys. I hope your week is going great. I will upload another video tomorrow with at least 10 and 11. I haven't read ahead past that, so it depends on what the other prompts are, how far I go ahead. And Saturday evening will be the Tarot Wands, 3 of Wands. We're doing the 3 of Wands this week, and I have been studying all day today, and I'm excited, and I'm getting the other books out and writing. I have a lot of notes on the 3 of Wands, more than I think I did for the Ace and 2. So, yay! Hope to see you there. Blessings.